What's up, guys? It's Unsonic Gamer, back with my initial thoughts and reactions, playing Black Ops 4 Blackout during the PC beta.
I'm right chipos, man. I got this, yeah.
Right away, let me start off by saying I really enjoyed the game. I think it played really smooth, and I didn't have any issues with lag or anything like that. I know some people were complaining of that. I don't know if they were playing on PS4 or PC. I wasn't sure, but I've heard a few people that I got to watch some of their footage complaining of, a few lag spikes. Maybe they were thinking it was going to end up like PUBG. I didn't notice anything like that. I think the game played really well during the time I got to play it. I didn't really notice any issues. The only issues I have are based on the title that you see, the level 3 armor, and we'll get to that. But things I really like a lot are the way this guy moves around, the fluidity of the movement. I like jumping through the windows. I think that's pretty cool. What I don't like is what you see here, the way the loot looks on the ground. I think that could stand some improvement. There needs to be some improvements there. It's hard to tell what's what. It just seems a little slow, and it just looks like there needs to be a lot of improvement to that area, to the looting and being able to tell what's what. So you can, indicate what's what on the ground. I mean, it's not really bad. I think this is better than PUBG in that regards, but I think there needs to be some improvement. I like this situation that you see me get into here in this fight, where I could hear the guy up there on the roof. I knew he was up there somewhere. I had to go up and look for him. I thought he was going to be right there, but he ended up being on the other side of it. In footage that I did not record, I was killed in a similar situation myself, where I was looking around for somebody, and they ended up being in a different portion of the roof, or they ended up coming from the other side and just taking me out the same way. I just couldn't tell exactly where they were. So it's not 100% perfect, so they might need to tweak a little bit of the sound so you can, have better awareness of where these opponents are. But yeah, I do like the way the guy moves. He does, I was having a hard time getting used to how much fall damage or how high you could be before you take fall damage and whatnot, but it seems like you get hurt a lot jumping off different areas, and you lose health, but you do find a lot of health. In opposition to that, you find a lot of healing in the game, whether it's a trauma kit or these health kits and everything, that you can find those a lot in the game. They're pretty much everywhere, so I didn't have any problems really getting heals. The mistake I made in this game, man, at the end, I didn't use the gun that I'm using right now, which is the Titan. That gun seems to be pretty good. I've gotten it a couple of times when I was playing, and I enjoyed using the Titan at the end. I only found the sniper rifles a couple times in the game, so I really didn't get a lot of time to play using these sniper rifles. I got to use some shotguns, which were not bad. I got some kills that are not on camera, but I did get a few games where I had a lot of kills with the shotgun and some close-up confrontations with people. So you see this one dude sneak up on me here. This was a cool fight right there. I mean, I could see him coming. He obviously wanted to get the drop on me, but that gun took him down pretty quick. I think he had level 1 armor right there. But I don't know if there's a vast difference. It seems to be. I wasn't the only one that notices. I saw other players complaining of this issue as well. And if, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you think the level 3 armor is a little bit overpowered? At least during this beta period, do you think that can use some changes? I think it can definitely use some changes here, because the final guy that I fought here, it was basically a 2v1 for him, so it was myself and the other player that went after him, right? Now, I could have done some things better here. I wish that I would have used the water instead of what I've done here, but the reason for what I did is basically because I thought that this, I was going to get spotted quickly from the bridge, and they're going to, just shoot down on me into the water, so I didn't want to use the water. Although in a future gameplay, if I play this game in the future, and I get into this situation again with the circle ending near the water, I want to try this out. Definitely want to try that out, because I come from under the water, pop up, sneak up, and creep up on them and shoot, and then go back under. See how that works out. Definitely want to test that out in a future gameplay. But overall, I like the way the situation ended. I like the difference of being able to use the terrain and the water, and like in this situation, I'm using this bridge. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty cool way for the match to end. I just wish I would have done things different. But then, I'm left to wonder, is the level 3 armor overpowered? It feels overpowered. And like I said, other people have noticed the same thing during the beta. And it's no big deal because it's a beta, right? the beta, and that can definitely be improved. But you know, I like this game. I like the realism of the game. That's one thing I like. You know, it's not Fortnite, and this is not a Fortnite killer, and I don't think any game should really. It's unfair to say that, man, because they're two different games. So just because this game came out doesn't mean Fortnite is it's the end of Fortnite, because people like Fortnite. They like the colors of that. They like, you know, the fantasy of it, of building, you know, just building out of the blue and building these towers and having these build battles and whatnot. So people like that. People like the skins and the colors and everything. And then other people want to play a game like this with a more realistic combat, using your terrain, using water, using your surroundings and all that. Two different games, so I think they can coexist, definitely. So it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit here and make a video to say that's it, that's the end of Fortnite, because that's just not the way I see it. Yeah, I've had my times where I'm frustrated with Fortnite just like everybody else, man, but it is what it is. You know the game is not going to go anywhere. All you got to do is just look at games like WoW. Couldn't kill WoW. There was never a WoW killer. Those, you know, the games are only going to be over and done with when the game itself or the developer of the game says that's it, or when they replace it with something else or another version of the game or whatnot. But you know, but here it is. Here's that final fight. As you can see, his armor came off. Mine came off before his. I'll slow it down here. You'll watch it. But not only was I dealing with this armor, but I didn't have that Titan gun in hand. You know, I noticed that I noticed that. I'm like, oh man, I didn't switch guns. But you know, I was in a hurry, got in a rush. I wanted to see if I can get a W here. But as you can see, that level 3 armor, you know, he withstood myself and that other player. So what do you think? Sound off below in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. I enjoyed the game. I'm definitely looking forward to trying it out when it comes out in October. I hope you guys are too. See you in the next video.
I'm right, Chipos, man. I got this, yeah.